Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Silas, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the Sony 85mm f1.8. Not necessarily a lens review, but I guess you can kind of call it a lens review. More like a first impressions, but wanted to focus more on how this lens really helped get me out of a creative rut during the summertime. So, long story short, well maybe not long story short, let's just go with the long story, how about that? Basically, I was a second shooter for a wedding, and I wanted to get myself a prime lens. I had the 35mm, the Sigma 35 f1.4, but that was the first iteration of it, and the autofocus was a little bit finicky for me, so I really wasn't too happy with it. So I actually sold it to someone, and I used the money to fund the 85. And the reason why I chose this one was, first off, the primary photographer for the wedding recommended this, and also my friend who worked at the camera store also recommended the 85, and this was not too expensive. Pricing wise, I don't really remember off the top of my head, so I'm sure I'm gonna edit like here, or maybe on this side, depends where I'll put it. But I was able to pick this up. It's super light, it's super compact, and it's super portable, right? Like the only other prime that I would use for photos would probably be the Sigma 105 f1.4. But if you guys have ever seen that lens, it's really big, it's bulky, it's chunky. I don't think I would be lugging that around with me on a wedding photo shoot, even though we were only focusing on the preparing shots when they're getting ready, you know, getting dressed, things like that. But this lens, there was a bit of a fear that it was still going to be a little bit too tight on the focal length because I was at the groom's house and at the bride's condo. So, you know, the space-wise, it's not like the most space. The house definitely has a bit more flexibility, but in the condo, not as much. But I still was able to capture some amazing shots. And not just portraits, I was able to capture a lot of detail shots and also a lot of product shots, which is something I am trying to get into and I really, really enjoy. Side note, the groom really loves doing coffee things, making coffee, brewing coffee, all that kind of stuff. So he wanted to brew coffee for his groomsmen, and that's basically where I got a lot of my product shots. I've also gone on photo shoots with my brother and also done like daily photo stuff with my wife. So why don't I show some of those photos right now? I'll probably put into a really quick slideshow here. So here you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the photos. Those photos have really given me a new breath. I don't know how to say it. Basically, it's just giving me another chance to really look back at my photography and really improve it and to enhance it. I'm sure people have told you before, but if not, but with the prime lens, because you can't zoom in wider or tighter, you kind of are forced to move. And I think that is super understated when it comes to photography. When people tell you to get a prime lens, they really, really mean it. And that's because it does force you to move. And that sounds so weird because you can move with the zoom lens, but there are times when you're taking photos where you don't really move as much because you can, again, go wider or tighter in your focal length, which affords you the ability to just kind of stand there. But with the prime lens, you can't do that, right? You're stuck with one focal length, so you have to adapt to what your focal length is. In this case, with the 85, I had to really move back further away if I wanted to get a wider shot. Or with the detail shots, of course, I need to get a little bit closer, though not too close just because 85 is already pretty tight. But this lens has just been integral in just trying to get me back into photography. And I never really enjoyed photography too much, but now this has kind of given me that spark to continue trying to improve and do more. I haven't had a chance to do too much video work with this. Actually, I don't think I've really done any video work with this. So I'd love to hopefully get some video work done for either a future lens review if I decide to do this one in a more in-depth review, or even just using it more for product stuff or even short films, which is something I really want to get into. But if you don't have an 85mm, or you don't have a prime anyways, do look into getting one. I think for me personally, I like 85 more than 50 and 35. Though with the 35, it's just a second chance kind of thing. I'm sure if I got a more modern one, like I think they have a contemporary that's an f2, and of course they have the new Sigma f1.4. I'm sure it'll be better with a better autofocusing. The 50 I've always found it kind of bland, kind of flat maybe for me, but I'm sure if you dropped a 50mm f1.2 G Master in front of my face, I would gladly and 100% change my tune and be like 50mm is the best thing in the world. But right now, 85 is the best prime lens that I have personally, and I'm really, really liking this focal length. And if you don't have one, I highly recommend you going to a store and trying to get one, or maybe just trying it out in the store and seeing what you can get. Or if you have a friend who has an 85, trying that out on a photo shoot and seeing how you like it. I think this will change the way you look at photography. So thank you very much for this, watching this video. Super, super quick video today. I don't really have much to talk about as I'm trying to get back into the swing of things of YouTube. But if you have any comments below about your kit, prime lenses, or anything, please comment below. I love commenting and replying to your guys' comments and talking with you guys. And as someone who's only really been doing this for about 2 years, I'd love to learn more about things. So even if you're new and you want to share your experiences, I'd love that. And of course, if you're a veteran, been doing for 10, 20, 30 years, who knows, please comment below as well. I'd love to learn more. And if you like this video, please like the video, I guess. They say it helps with the algorithm. I don't even know what that really means. And please subscribe to my channel too if you want to see more content in the future, whether that be POV videos, lens reviews, or hopefully short films if I feel confident enough to post those kind of things on YouTube. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.